Hey everyone. Hey, I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. Okay, so I thought maybe I'd kind of go through a little something. I thought that this was an interesting. I saw this video about the 33 blocks for success. Anyways, I just kind of thought that it was interesting for me to kind of bring this up. Um, So the 33 blocks to success. And you're not broken. You're probably just blocked. Let's talk about the 33 blocks to success no one teaches you about. So in spiritual energy work, they've identified 33 core energetic and emotional blocks that hold people back from success. They don't just live in your mind, they live in your body, nervous system, and soul memory. So you could be like, oh, man, every time I try to do something that doesn't work out, or, you've got someone, a friend or a family member or a coworker, and you're like, every time they get involved with something, they're doing the same thing I am, but they're so much more successful. And a lot of times we compare. I've done that in my life, or you get jealous of somebody. But you're getting jealous. That's not good. That's you're repelling things. If you're comparing, you're repelling things. You should never don't compare yourself to others. Don't be jealous of what someone else has. And whatever everyone has, everyone else can get. It's just realizing and doing the work and realizing that you might have some energetic or emotional blocks. These blocks come from things like fear of being seen, or maybe you have a past life vow of poverty, guilt, or having more than others. See, having more than others, sometimes it could be, that you have more than what others have and you feel guilty from it. Or the reverse, ancestral patterns of struggle, trauma that taught you to shrink to stay safe. And another thing that someone else was saying that it was really cool. So I remember they were saying a lot of times we're blocked from what our parents have earned. So it was explained to me in a similar fashion of none of this is advice, any kind of advice, just my learnings that I've learned that I'm past doing video on educational use. So this one person, they had me imagine that you're talking to your mom. If your mom's passed away, imagine that your mom's spirit is in the room and you two are talking. If your mom is alive, imagine, you don't have to physically do it, but sit there and imagine that you're having a conversation and you give them the blessings and the thank you for taking care of you. And you tell them and ask them and say, I wish to do better than you, and I am looking to earn more money than you, and I'm asking for your blessings to earn more than what you have earned. And the person's going to say yes. You're imagining this, it's in your mind, they're going to give you permission. It like releases this, because sometimes, like, some people, they'll be like going through life and whatever, and they're making 30 grand, but their parents have never made more than 30 grand, or maybe it's 80 grand and your parents have never made more than that. Think about it, right? You start to think about it and you're like, oh wait, oh my gosh, this is incredible, and that's just asking for that permission to earn more than them, receive more than they did. Anyway, this was not part of the 33 blocks, but it kind of is. But these blocks can come from things of fear of being seen, past life, vows of poverty, guilt around having more than others, ancestral patterns of struggle, trauma that taught you to shrink or stay safe. Most people carry 5 of 12 of these blocks. Once they've cleared, life starts to flow differently. You attract rather than chase. You speak clearly, you create with ease, you stop overworking, and finally feel safe to receive. And that's something, I can remember in my life chasing things or friends. You're chasing the friend because you want the person to be your friend. Whoa, stop. If they want to be part of your life, they will. There's no need to chase. They'll be part of your life. You'll be part of their life, but don't chase things. Don't chase money. Don't chase people. Yeah, do you live your life? Don't compare yourself. Just do you. It's the hardest thing. It's not easy. It's easy to say it, but I'm telling you, it's not easy. So I always like to close. Um, want to know how many of the 33 blocks you're still holding? Well, I'm telling you, you could just ask yourself. Drink some water, ask for some clarity, take some deep breaths, and maybe have a pen and paper and ask what those 33 blocks are, get an idea, or you can seek someone in the spiritual realm, energy realm, to help you with the blocks and stuff. And you probably will have an idea of what they are if you just are really honest with yourself. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you start to think about it, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm scared of being seen, or when I have money, I always hate telling people I bought that new jacket and I spent $800. I mean, I didn't do that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, or the purse. I want this purse and it's $1,000, and or a car, or whatever it happens to be in your life. But I do think that these things are really important, and especially if you want to turn around and see, have that talk with your parents. In your head, imaginary talk of, I'm looking to earn more money than you, and you'll see that then you'll actually, like, all of a sudden it's this magic thing. They give you this permission, and you'll see that year or the next year you'll go to do your taxes, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I made $5,000 more than they did. Oh my gosh, the next year I made another $5,000. It's really opens up, and yes, the same, you pass that down from generation to generation, and you just got to break that stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. This was a short one, just kind of throwing this out there. Have a great day. Thanks.